Okay, welcome to day 21, the final day of our retreat. And today we're going to be talking about Pentecost,
Yeah.
which is such an amazing theme, especially to go forth in boldness. Pentecost was a day of transformation in the lives of the apostles. It's like the biggest 180 flip around in the Bible.
Yeah, it's amazing just to, look at all the lives of the apostles and how they were living in so much fear. The Holy Spirit just came down upon them and they were able to be sent out. They were just so convinced of who Jesus was and what Jesus was calling him to, and they just went out. And it's just so amazing.
Yeah.
That's what we're called to too.
I think looking at where the apostles were is such a cool place because the apostles before Pentecost are in the upper room, which is where they went after the crucifixion and where they were waiting, basically just in fear of what the Jews would do, how the people would react after Jesus' death, and they kind of just waited there until Jesus would come or until something would happen. And we know that Jesus rose from the dead, but they remained in the upper room in that place of fear. But on the day of Pentecost, the Holy Spirit fell and they were given new boldness and they were able to go forth, and incredible things happened on that day.
Yeah, countless of miracles, it's just I love reading back on it because it's always so hard to look at that and be how can we live Pentecost? But it's the reality is we're called to live that Pentecost and live a new Pentecost each and every day, because Holy Spirit just wants to fall on us all the time to just bring revival to the people around us, which is what happened with the apostles in the upper room.
Yeah. Just because the Holy Spirit fell, the apostles were able to convert 3,000 people in one day, which is incredible. And our words can do the same. We have the same spirit within us that the apostles had. So every day, like Ellie was saying, we should pray for the Holy Spirit to come in our hearts. We are called to step into this new Pentecost that the Holy Spirit wants to give us. He wants to pour out his gifts upon us in the same way that he poured out his spirit upon the apostles in the upper room 2,000 years ago.
Yeah, and just especially right now with the times we're living in, more now than ever, we need Holy Spirit to come and move and work in us and to meet these other people that are living in fear or depression or whatever else, because Holy Spirit is the answer to everything. He's the cure to everything, and we're just called to just go and live on mission, which has been so amazing to step into this retreat of boldness, to truly step into that, to grow in more love of Jesus and just receive Holy Spirit in a deeper way.
Yeah, for sure. The Holy Spirit is the final piece of this puzzle that we've been talking about. We need the Holy Spirit for lives on mission. Every day we have to call upon him. We have to call for his presence in our hearts and in our lives, because this is how we change hearts. I know we've talked about this before in the retreat, but we are not the ones who can convert those around us. It is the Holy Spirit who has to enter into their hearts. And so every day it's getting down on our knees and praying not only for the Holy Spirit to be with us, but to be with all the people that we're going to minister to that day.
Yeah, it's amazing because we can receive Holy Spirit for us, but also we can receive Holy Spirit for the sake of others, which is so amazing, because when we have a heart for others, that's just going to provide so much more breakthrough. And when our hearts break for other people, Holy Spirit can move more, so much more clearly and fully through us to just truly bring about new breakthrough and healing. And I don't know about you, Matthew, but I want that for my school, for each and every friendship I have, or whoever's listening to this. You want that too, because you've made it this far into the retreat, and the Holy Spirit sees your hunger and he's going to give you that.
Yeah. We're all here because we have a desire to see transformation.
Yeah. We're
We're all here because we want to see more of that Holy Spirit in our lives. And just by welcoming him in, we can bring so much transformation, which is incredible.
Yeah. And yeah, I think it's just so amazing. This is our last day of the retreat, and especially for boldness. And I feel for the apostles in the upper room, it was more just they were in a place of fear, and they still called upon the Lord. I feel so many times we hit rock bottom and we're God doesn't want to be with me, but the reality is he wants to be with us so fully, in the worst of times and the best of times, and he's with us through it all.
So no matter where you are, even if you still have anxiety or fears about what's going to happen, about this new school year, about living on mission, any of that, I challenge you just to lay that down for Christ and just to let the Holy Spirit flood in. Allow him to set your hearts on fire. Allow him to fill your hearts with desire just to go forth in mission, because he will send you forth just as he sent the apostles forth.
And he's going to give you the gifts necessary to do it. He's not just going to send you out to send you out. We read in that story of Pentecost where Jesus goes and sends Holy Spirit, and they receive all these gifts, speaking in tongues, all these different gifts. And that's no different than what he does for us, for the environments and atmospheres we're in. He just gives us the graces and the gifts that we need to go and transform. So be not afraid, because Holy Spirit's with us and is just flooding us to go and step into fullness.
So thank you so much for joining us on this incredible journey. We're going to be praying for you as we go forth, and I can't wait to see all the joy and all the fruit of the Holy Spirit that you guys bring to your communities.
Yeah.
We're praying for you. We love you so much.